Victor Kane learned that grabbing people on live television can go very wrong, very fast. Not because NBC told him, not because his employer John Wayne warned him, but because Bruce Lee showed him, in front of 8 million viewers, in a span of time so brief that most people watching did not understand what happened until the replay. NBC Studios, Burbank, California, February 18, 1971. Thursday night, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. This is American television at its peak. 8 million people watching, families across the country, nightly ritual. Johnny Carson is an institution. When you appear on his show, you've made it. Tonight's episode features two very different guests: Bruce Lee, martial arts instructor and relatively unknown actor to general America, but building recognition, and John Wayne, Hollywood royalty, the face of American westerns for 3 decades, promoting his latest movie. The studio audience is 200 people sitting in darkness beyond the bright stage lights. The set is simple: Johnny's desk, guest chair, sofa, curtain backdrop, professional, clean. Here is where America talks to its celebrities. Bruce Lee sits on the guest sofa, wearing a dark shirt and pants. His segment has been going well. He demonstrated the 1-inch punch, showed some basic techniques, explained Jeet Kune Do philosophy. Carson is genuinely interested, asking good questions. The audience is engaged. This is what the show does best: introduce new ideas, new people, make them accessible. John Wayne sits in the second guest chair, wearing his signature cowboy hat, gray suit, boots. He has been on the show many times, comfortable here. Scheduled to promote his movie after Bruce's segment. Standard nighttime format, multiple guests, staggered interviews. Wayne has been watching Bruce's demonstration with what appears to be polite interest, not hostile, not dismissive, just watching. He is old school Hollywood, understands the show, understands that everyone has their moment, but standing backstage, looking through the monitor, is someone who does not understand or care. Victor Kane, John Wayne's personal bodyguard for the past 2 years. 6 feet, 295 pounds, military experience, military haircut, square jaw, built as if designed to intimidate. Victor was hired to protect Wayne from overenthusiastic fans, manage crowd control at events, provide security. He is good at his job professionally, but he has opinions, strong opinions about what deserves respect and what does not. And right now, watching this small Chinese man demonstrate what Victor considers fake fighting on national television while his employer waits, Victor's patience runs out. The show is live. On-air light flashing red. Cameras rolling. 8 million people watching. Johnny Carson is mid-question, asking Bruce about training methods when movement catches his eye. Someone walking onto the set. Not during commercial, during broadcast. Victor Kane comes through the curtain, onto the stage under the lights. The studio audience is confused. This is not part of the show. Cameras uncertain. Should they cut? Carson stops talking, looks at the stage manager. What is happening? Victor walks directly toward Bruce with purpose, aggressive body language. Bruce notices. He stands from the sofa, not defensive, just standing, waiting to see what this is about. Victor stops 2 feet from Bruce, looks down. 8-inch height difference, 160-pound weight difference. He says loudly enough for the microphones to catch. Enough of this kung fu nonsense. Mr. Wayne has a real movie to promote, real work to discuss, not this dance. The studio audience gasps. Johnny Carson rises from behind his desk. Wow, wait, we'll live here. Victor ignores him, extends his hands, grabs Bruce Lee's neck. Both hands, full grip, the kind of grip that says, I am moving you now. The kind of grip Victor has used countless times to remove people from situations. Confident, dominant. This is what he does. Bruce does not pull away, does not fight, just looks up at Victor calmly. He says in a low voice, You should let go. Victor laughs, not a friendly laugh. Or what? Will you kung fu me? This is real life, not a movie. Johnny Carson comes around the desk. Gentlemen, we're on live television. John Wayne sits in his chair, still wearing his cowboy hat, unmoving, watching his bodyguard manhandle a guest on live national TV. His face unreadable. Bruce says again, lower. Last chance. Let go. Victor's grip tightens. Make me. What happens next takes about 4 seconds, but for 8 million viewers, for the 200 people in the studio audience, for Johnny Carson standing helpless 3 feet away, it looks like magic, as if physics stopped working, as if reality broke. Bruce's hands move without preparation, without telegraphed motion. His fingers find Victor's wrists, specific points, pressure points, where nerves cluster near the surface. Bruce presses, precise pressure, exact angle. Victor's hands open involuntarily, a neurological response. He cannot maintain his grip. His fingers simply release the neck, falling from his grasp. Second 2. Bruce's right hand strikes Victor's solar plexus. Not a full power strike, not trying to injure, just enough. Precise point, exact force. Victor's diaphragm spasms. His breath leaves all at once. Second 3. Victor's knees buckle, not from pain, from neurological shutdown. His body stops obeying commands. Hands go to his stomach. Mouth opens trying to breathe. He cannot. Second 4. Victor sinks, not falling, just dropping to one knee, then both. Now he is kneeling on the stage floor on live television, in front of 8 million viewers. The massive bodyguard who grabbed the small martial artist is now on his knees, gasping for air. Bruce steps back, hands at his sides, calm, waiting, not celebrating, not showing off, just standing. The studio audience is completely silent. 200 people frozen, trying to process, trying to understand what they just saw. Johnny Carson stands there, mouth slightly open, his famous quick wit completely gone. He has watched thousands of hours of television, interviewed everyone, seen everything, never seen this. John Wayne sits in his chair, cowboy hat still on, but his expression has changed. Casual confidence replaced by something else. Shock, disbelief. He is watching his 295-pound bodyguard kneeling on the floor, struggling to breathe after grabbing someone half his size. Victor's diaphragm finally releases. Air returns, irregular, painful, sucking breath. Then another, lungs working again. But he does not rise, just stays there on his knees, red-faced, not from effort, from humiliation. Bruce extends his hand, offering to help Victor up. Victor stares at the hand, then takes it. Bruce pulls. Victor rises unsteady, still recovering, still trying to understand what just happened to his body. Bruce says in a low voice, meant only for Victor, "You are very strong, but strength without control is dangerous, especially when used on people you do not understand." Victor says nothing. He cannot find words. Johnny Carson finally recovers, enters professional mode. Well, we'll take a brief commercial break. Be right back. The stage manager signals. Cameras cut. Red light goes off. The studio erupts, audience talking, crew gathering, everyone processing what just happened live on television. An unplanned guest walked onto the set, grabbed the martial arts instructor, was put on his knees in 4 seconds. On live broadcast, John Wayne rises, walks to Victor, says something quietly. Victor nods, exits the set, does not look at anyone, just leaves. Wayne then walks to Bruce, extends his hand. Bruce shakes it. Wayne says, "That was real, right?" Bruce says, "Yes, sir, very real." Wayne nods. "I apologize for my employee. That was unacceptable behavior." Bruce says, "I was protecting him. Loyalty is valuable, but he needs to understand what he's being protected from." Carson comes in. "Bruce, are you okay? Do we need a doctor? Look where Victor was. For any of you." Bruce says, "I'm fine. He'll be okay in a few minutes. He just had the wind knocked out of him." Carson laughs nervously. "Just the wind knocked out of him? Right. That's what we'll tell the network." Commercial break ends. They return to Carson, takes it lightly. He says there was a brief interruption. He continues the interview with Bruce, then Wayne's segment, but the energy has changed. The studio audience is different. They are looking at Bruce with new eyes, looking at Wayne with new awareness. Wayne's interview is measured. He promotes his movie, answers Carson's questions, professional but distracted, his mind clearly elsewhere. After the show, Wayne finds Bruce in the backstage hallway. He says, "I need to ask you something. Could you teach that? What you did, Bruce?" Bruce says, I teach principles. The specific technique requires years of training, but the principle is simple. Do not fight force with force. Redirect it. Use it. Your bodyguard grabbed me with his strength. I used his structure against him. I found his weak points. I applied precise pressure. Wayne says, I've been in hundreds of fights, movie fights, choreographed, controlled, but I've never seen anything like that. That was 4 seconds. Bruce says, in a real situation, 4 seconds is a lifetime. Most people think fighting is about who is bigger, who is stronger. It's not. It's about who understands structure, leverage, and vulnerability. Wayne nods slowly. I just fired Victor. Not because he lost, but because he put hands on a guest without permission. That is unforgivable. Bruce says, I was trying to protect you. Wayne says, from what? From you talking about martial arts. That is not protection. That is fear. Fear of things you do not understand. I cannot employ someone who operates from fear. They talk for another 10 minutes. Wayne asks questions, real questions about martial arts philosophy, about Eastern versus Western approaches to combat, about teaching. Bruce answers thoughtfully. In the end, Wayne has a different perspective. The next day, the incident is everywhere. NBC receives thousands of calls. Newspapers publish stories. Bodyguard, humiliated on live TV. Martial arts expert subdues attacker in seconds. Footage is replayed on news programs, analyzed, debated. Some people say it was staged. It had to be. No one can do that for real. Others who were there, who saw it in person, insist it was completely real, completely unscripted. An arrogant bodyguard learned a very public lesson. Victor Kane disappears from the public eye, gives no interviews, says nothing about it, just fades into private security work. Away from celebrities, away from cameras. John Wayne never hires another bodyguard, not because he does not need security, but because he learned something that night. He learned that real protection does not come from having the biggest, strongest person next to you. It comes from awareness, understanding, respecting things you do not fully understand. Bruce Lee's career changes after that night. The Tonight Show incident becomes legend. People who dismissed martial arts as movie tricks see the footage. They see a 295-pound man reduced to kneeling in 4 seconds with minimal visible effort. Suddenly, martial arts are not just exotic foreign techniques. They are real. They are effective. Johnny Carson has Bruce back on the show 3 more times. Each appearance draws massive ratings. Each time, Carson asks about philosophy, about teaching, about the Tonight Show incident. Bruce always answers the same way. He did not want that to happen, but when someone puts hands on you aggressively, you respond appropriately, control the situation, minimize harm, restore peace. Years later, after Bruce's death, Johnny Carson dedicates a segment to him. He shows the footage from that night. He says, in 30 years of broadcasting, I have seen thousands of moments, but I have never seen anything like what Bruce Lee did that night. He not only defended himself, he taught everyone watching something about control, about precision, about what real mastery looks like. The footage still exists in NBC archives. For seconds that changed how America saw martial arts. For seconds that taught a bodyguard who did not know everything about fighting. For seconds that showed John Wayne that even legends have blind spots. Victor grabbed a neck. Bruce freed him from his assumptions on live television in front of 8 million witnesses, and everyone watching learned the same lesson Victor learned. Size does not matter when you are facing someone who knows exactly where your off switch is.